Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to some more OC Catch World Cup 2024 action. We've got some more round of 16 matchups coming up. This time, we've got a winner's bracket match between Chile and Belgium, our number 5 and number 12 seeds. I will be one of your commentators for this match, and I am joined in the commentary booth here by Hypnospira. How's it going?
Hello, it is going well. I'm very excited about this match. It should definitely be a fun watch.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. I mean, I think round of 16 definitely feels in my head more exciting than round of 32 since there were so many seed disparities last week in those matches. But this time we're getting now it's 5 versus 12 where there's only a maximum of 7 or 8 seed disparities. And I think this is going to be a lot closer than a lot of what we were seeing last week.
Yeah, I agree, and I believe both of these teams should be playing this map pool relatively consistently, which should make for an even better matchup.
Yeah, but we're already getting into our bans. Looks like Team Belgium is actually banning first. And HD1 comes out as the first ban there, which may be a little bit surprising. I would have expected an HR or DT ban against a team like Chile. But this hidden one pick is quite difficult to get good scores on. I think it's really hard to be consistent with that one. And I'm not surprised out of any of the hitters for that one to get the boot there.
Yeah, I agree on everything you said pretty much. Would be expecting more of a DT or Hard Rock ban, as we see Chile banning Nomad 1.
That one makes a little bit more sense. Like I said, Chile, quite strong on the Hard Rock and DT sides of things. I could have potentially expected a mixed mod ban from Chile, given the higher seeding, and mixed mod tends to be the kind of pick that lower seeds like Belgium may have a better opportunity on, since they'll have those, 1 or 2 players that can lock in on specific mods. But everything that I'm saying is going against what's happening, because Chile immediately goes for mixed mod 1 Masamune and wants to prove me wrong, apparently.
Yeah, they do go straight from mixed mod 1. I do think the Nomad 1 ban does make a little bit more sense, like you said, because usually if you're the higher seed team, you want to get rid of the consistency Nomad from the lower seed team, as people can see that as sort of a coin flip, so you want to get rid of the map that might not go your way. But we'll pick mixed mod 1 here. Interesting pick for sure, I think.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the lineups end up going. Last week in the round of 32, the mixed mod rosters were maybe not what we would normally expect from every team, but it looks like Chile may just end up with the exact same squad they had last week, and Belgium looking to potentially have a similar one. Jean, I imagine, is going to be on that hidden, but I'm not sure who else they're going to go with. My Cutie would be a great choice for Hard Rock in that case, but we're still, I just don't know what the mods are going to be outside of Jean.
Yeah, I am looking at this. From Chile, I believe. Oh, it's hard actually. Heyman maybe on the Hard Rock, and Smooker on the No Mod, Stark on Hidden.
Yeah, last week they went Damien Hidden, Stark, Nomad, Smooker, Hard Rock.
Okay, so just completely what I didn't say.
Yeah, but I don't know if that really lines up for the expectation. Ultimately, I would have expected more of a Stark or Lechu on the Hidden with Eresio Taming on Hard Rock, like you mentioned. But looks like we're getting right into this, so we'll get our answer sooner than later.
Yeah, I do agree on the Belgian side. The scenes should be on Hidden, which they are going to be. Cake Noob on the Hard Rock, El Skefe on the Nomad. And actually, that's actually going to be Smooker on Hard Rock, Tamen on Hidden, and Stark on the Nomad.
So they're sticking with their strategy from last week, and it worked out. They did have quite a good performance on Mixed Mod 2, but we'll have to see if this ends up working out for them. But it is their first pick, so I imagine they're very confident, though out of the 2 Mixed Mods, this one I think is the more comfortable of them.
Yeah, and there was an early miss from Tamen there, actually.
Yeah, so giving them a little bit of an early lead, but Jean does trade that back. Both hidden players now already finding some combo drops. Everyone else staying pretty strong, but those two are before the 200 combos, so the overall score discrepancy from those two misses will not be as heavy. You can see even just the difference in the combo there amounted to only 8,000 score difference as all the players are approaching that 200 combo now.
And we're gonna see Cake Noob actually missing right before the 200 combo, giving an even bigger lead to Chile here.
There is a trade and miss there, though. Stark does miss. Jean finds another one as well. Thameen doing a good job of recovering from that very early miss. Smucker and Elskefe holding on to the double S's each on Hard Rock and Nomad, respectively. Jean does find a miss right before that break and going to help Chile keep establishing that lead. Now about 80,000 points as the build-up continues. Stark just about to maximize the combo bonus that the Chilean team is getting off of these nodes.
Yeah, for sure. And right now it seems like a good pick for Chile, but we have just entered the second half. Anything can happen.
And we're seeing some good recovered combos. This breaks a good time for the players to get back up to that 200 spot. Jean's now there. All players getting full points for every single note here. Maxed out at about 94,000 points of lead. That's about 4 or 5 misses for Chile that they can afford to give. Cake Noob does give one right back again, though. And all of Chile holding on very strong here. It's looking like they might just be able to lock this down if they can hold on a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. And they are not looking to budge at all. They are playing this very confidently as Cake Noob finds another miss there.
Just these last few patterns, 150,000 points is going to be a lot, especially going into these last few patterns. And it looks like Chile will have made a very good opening pick.
Yeah, for sure. And there's going to be...
double S coming out from Smooker there. Elskefe right behind them with a 99.92% FC, along with Thameen, who just had that opening break.
Yeah, and very strong performance from the Chile side here. The single miss from Stark as well.
Yeah, 2 misses total from the Chilean side. Good opening pick for them, but Belgium will have an opportunity. I would expect... I mean, they banned Hidden 1, but the best advantage they might have, given like last week's performances and their qualifier performances, is maybe Hidden 2.
Yeah, it's an interesting discussion there, because I wouldn't be surprised if they go that direction eventually, but it's going to be Hard Rock 1, the consistency Hard Rock.
An interesting choice to be sure. I am curious what the reasoning is behind this pick and where, I guess, what the strategy is going to end up being moving forward. Because if they win this, I mean, sticking with Hard Rock makes sense. But there's only 2 mixed mod picks. Chile is going to have to move away from that at some point in this match. And if Belgium's not able to find footing on this, then they're going to have to move around. But they seem confident in this, given it's their first pick overall in this match. So I might just have to watch them perform to see what exactly to expect out of this.
Yeah, no, for sure. They are picking this for a reason. Maybe they feel they have a slight edge on it. And all 3 of their players that are in the game are very considerable Hard Rock players. So it does make sense from that perspective. But of course, they also know Chile, very good Hard Rock roster.
Yeah, so Stark, Thameen, and Smooker on the side of Chile, Elskefe, My Cutie, and Cake Noob, the expected Hard Rock roster for Belgium. Second map, first pick for the Belgian side. It's a consistency one. I mean, maybe they saw the ban from Chile on Nomad 1 and decided that consistency might be the best option to start off this match on.
Yeah, for sure. We are underway. People holding on at the very start, at least.
A couple drop misses, it looks like, from Cake Noob right at the gate, but no combo drops, so no major score differences yet.
Cake Noob is going to underdash that slightly and give a slight lead to Chile here.
And we get to the first chorus where the players are starting to get to that 200 combo. It is slightly before 200, we mentioned. That is going to be slightly less impactful on the scores compared to a miss that would happen now. But that is still going to give a lead, as Cake Noob is actually going to find a break to trade that one from Stark. But Thameen finds one, so it's 2 FCs to 1 now in favor of Belgium.
Yeah, and it's gonna slowly be taking over towards Belgium. They're gonna want to hope to hold on here. My Cutie and El Skefe showing strong combos here alongside Snooker.
Indeed, those 2 FCs holding together. Belgium, KQ building up to that 200, now giving Belgium basically full points. Stark and Famine trying to catch back up, but that's going to give Belgium about a 20,000 point lead. Still not very much of a lead, probably 1.5 misses of difference, and on a consistency map, those kinds of misses can happen all the time.
Absolutely correct, and while it is a lead, it's like you say, this can change very, very quickly. So we are approaching the midway point of this map with a lead for Belgium, granted a slight one. As Stark finds another miss though.
Indeed, that's going to help give Belgium a little bit more of a lead. I was about to mention the accuracy slightly favoring Chile overall, actually. Seems there's a little bit of discomfort on the droplet side of things for KQ, though that's not going to cause that big of an issue. If combos stay consistent, it's going to take fewer misses for Chile to get back in this than it would otherwise.
Yeah, it's definitely something to keep in mind. This map overall is not the easiest to act. The droplets are pretty frustrating to catch sometimes, but the combos are strong as Stark has reached that 200 combo again.
And now everyone can see their scores. 45,000 points of difference. No combo breaks right now. Or at the very least, maximum combo for all players in the lobby. Belgium knows that they just need to hold on strong and they'll be able to take their first point in this match. We still have a third of the map. That's still over a minute left.
Yeah, and my Cutie's gonna miss there right before the more intense section. I don't think that's going to be enough to flip it entirely.
But KQ finds a miss as well, and all 3 Chilean players holding on strong. El Skefe is the only combo left on the side of Belgium there, and that lead is shrinking fast. It looks like it's going over for Chile there. KQ finds another break, and every single player on Chile holding strong and might just steal this at the very last second.
Yeah, that was not what Belgium needed to see, and Chile are holding on strong throughout the end here. I was going to mention that at the break, it really tests your resolve to see if you can see the position you're in and hold on to the nerves. Maybe that is what happened for Belgium. The nerves got too much.
Yeah, a few more tough patterns at the end. KQ gets caught off guard a little bit, and now we're pretty much out of all the hard stuff, and Chile will hold on and manage to snag the first breakpoint of the match.
Yeah, and El Skefe gonna find a miss right at the end here. Doesn't make that much of a difference.
An extremely good performance from Belgium, but just not enough against that consistency, especially at the end. A full combo from Smucker, 1 miss from Thameen and El Skefe, and then a few more coming from the other 3 players in the lobby. Just not enough to keep up with the juggernaut that is Chile.
Yeah, it's really hard to match a team like that, but Belgium does show here in this pick. They do show that they are very capable on Hard Rock, so I don't think they should be too discouraged from it, but Chile are going to pick Hard Rock 3.
Yeah, an interesting choice. I think the thing that interests me about Hard Rock 3 overall is that it's not quite the same as, you know, your traditional Hard Rock picks. In this pool, we see Hard Rock 1 and Hard Rock 2 both having quite a high precision requirement. This one, the circle size is actually quite large for a Hard Rock map, so that precision isn't required as heavily for this, but the reading is really important to get down for this.
Yeah, for sure, and the overall capture control on this as well. There are a lot of tricky patterns on this that you really need to pay attention to.
Looks like the teams are staying about the same. We see Aristiel actually coming in for the side of Chile, but everyone else sticking in the lobby.
Yeah, and I don't think seeing Aristiel on this is a surprise at all.
No, I think many people were expecting Aristiel to come in even well before this, whether that was going to be in Hard Rock or even coming in on the mixed mod for either Hard Rock or no mod.
Yeah, now there could be multiple reasons why Aristiel hasn't played until now, but now he is here. It's going to be Arisial, Taemin, Smoker versus My Cutie, Elscafe, and Cake Noob.
Now, the performance from Belgium on Hard Rock 1 was very impressive. They had the lead for quite a while, just weren't quite able to finish it off in that last chorus. So I could expect to see a good performance from them again, though this is a little bit more complex as far as the patterning goes. And we're already seeing 4 drops right in that intro. Smoker and Arisial, the only survivors. Everyone else dropping, and that means that the only full combos are now on the side of Chile. All 3 dropped from Belgium. And that's going to be a huge opening lead.
It definitely is going to be, and it's not what Belgium wants to see, but they're going to have to hope that they can find a composure and hold on to combos from here on out.
But as you say that, Elscafe finds another drop. It is traded by Taemin, but that's not the drop that Belgium needs right now. There's 2 full combos, and at least one of them needs to drop for Belgium to start cutting into this lead from Chile. But we're already approaching the second third. This is much shorter, so misses are going to be more impactful overall. And Kiki also finds a drop. Just My Cutie with that combo now.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see what Belgium can do from here. They're really going to have to find that consistency, and they're going to have to hope for Chile to not keep the consistency that they're showing. But Arisial and Smoker are showing a lot of confidence on this.
A lot of confidence indeed, especially that double S coming out from Arisial halfway through. And maybe even finding some footing now, up to 400 combo, giving full combo bonus. My Cutie does actually drop that combo for Belgium, so it's going to be even harder for them to come back in this outro. But everyone's starting to get that combo back down, but it's not going to matter if no one on the Chilean side finds any kind of breaks.
Yeah, for sure. Chile are playing this very well, and it shows that the pick was probably the right one.
Yeah, certainly a different style of Hard Rock that favors Chile well more than something like Hard Rock 1 did, especially seeing that Nomad 1 ban. But back to form, looking a lot more like the Chile we were expecting, I think, as far as Hard Rock goes. But that is going to be a good pick from them. Going to lock down that third point and give it right back to Belgium, 3-0.
Yeah, for sure. And it's going to be interesting to see where Belgium decides to go from here. Because the Hard Rock 2 is still a very different kind of Hard Rock, very reading heavy with a lot of direction changes you have to pay attention to.
It's definitely true, but we've only seen 2 types of maps so far. We've only seen Hard Rock and Mixed Mod. I mean, I have to say it again. I would expect Belgium's best pick in this pool to be Hidden 2.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if that is the direction they decide to go at this point. They need to do something, and looking at a different mod bracket is probably the right thing to do.
I could see Hidden 2, or I could see Nomad 2. I think those are both good selections. During qualifiers, Belgium performed exceptionally well on the Nomad 2 there. And as far as Hidden 2 is concerned, the low AR Hidden pick in qualifiers, Belgium did just about as well as Chile did. So it could be a point of attack to kind of take a look at.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking at the DT pool, but I mean that's not a pool I don't think they want to touch at all, considering how Chile is a very well-known double time team.
Yeah, I think DT is something to avoid. I think really Belgium should be sticking with Nomad and Hidden, and maybe looking at that Mixed Mod 2 as a potential selection.
Yeah, I agree. It's interesting to see where they do decide to go. Nomad 4, I don't really believe they're going to go for either. Chile do have very confident Conver players on that roster, as does Belgium. But it's hard to say where they're going to go. Chile matches them very well on most things, I think.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's just how going up against the higher seed is. You know, I mentioned 5 versus 12 is not as big of a gap as we saw many matches last week, but it's still, as far as these 2 teams are concerned, maybe a little bit larger than what you might expect from super close teams. But Hidden 2 does come out, and we've already seen Belgium performing well on a few maps and really giving Chile the business, but it just hasn't translated into points quite yet.
Yeah, for sure. And we're gonna see Zine come in for Belgium and Pekarat for Chile. They are right now on the wrong teams. But yeah, and Jesse from Belgium as well.
Yeah, so okay. There's a lot of players moving in and out of the lobbies. I don't know what exactly to expect. If we're looking at general expected teams, Elskefe, Jesse, and Jean probably for Belgium, and then for Chile, Stark let you Pekarat, can put Thane in, can put Erisiel in, all kind of work out. So Chile is whoever can play it the best, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely something to keep in mind. It seems like it's going to be Thamen, Stark, and Lechu for Chile, and Elskefe, Jesse, and Zind. As we get into this also original, the first one of this year's Patch World Cup.
Yeah, first original Technoplanet Insomnia, but getting into this quite quickly. As I said, this might be Belgium's best opportunity. For the hidden pool, Chile seemed to perform a little bit lower than the rest of their qualifier performances, and this was one of the hidden pool in general was something that Belgium performed very well on in qualifiers. So this is kind of where I expect them to attack, especially if this works out for them.
Yeah, absolutely. We will see in a little bit more than 2 minutes' time if this was the right pick. As the start of the map seems to be under control for the players here.
Yeah, no major drops. We see a few drop misses from both sides. Thamian's going to be the first player to drop combo, and it is traded almost immediately by Elskefe. 4 players hit the 200 combo mark immediately, and it looks like Belgium might hold on to it. No. Oh, wait, Lechu does find a drop, though, and that's going to make it 2 full combos to 1 in favor of Belgium out the gate.
Yeah, Lechu maybe not the player you expect to see a miss from at this stage here. But if we find another one alongside Stark, then it increases the score lead for Belgium quite significantly.
That's going to remove all 3 full combos. Jesse is going to trade one of those back, but Jean, the low AR hidden master from Belgium, is the one holding on and taking Belgium to the promised land at the moment as we hit about the halfway point.
Yes, indeed. We're getting into a bit of a slower section here with the slider before it picks up again. And this way you're going to have to find your composure, and I find that consistency.
Yeah, and all 3 players from the Chilean team did manage to pick up their combos, got that consistency back. All 3 are above 200. Jesse, the last one to join Belgium as well. So all 6 players now getting maximum point from that combo. But Jesse finds a break right there before we get into the chorus, and that's going to cut the lead just a little bit as every other player in the lobby is still holding strong.
Yeah, that's not a place you want to miss. It's not going to be enough, but gonna find another miss actually. And the lead is shrinking.
Looks like Belgium may still hold on to the lead, but Jesse, more breaks is going to give it over to Chile as we get into this final section of the map. As all 3 players from Chile coming back from the early drops and are holding on super strong right now, about 20,000 points of lead going into some of these ending streams. They're going to have to break if Belgium wants to hold on to this point. But they find one. Thamian does find a drop, and that lead is getting cut down very quickly, and it's a spin to win!
Oh, this is going to be so close, but I think that's going to be Chile's point regardless.
5,600 points in favor of Chile. Oh my goodness. And that's coming off of a double S from Jean there.
Yeah, that has to be it. Like, a big shout out to Zine for that one. The double S on this. We've seen it once before on this today. Camera God for Norway, and now Zine for Belgium. Oh, what a point.
Yeah, very, very close. I can't believe how close that ended up being. Turned into a spin to win at the end, but Chile does take a second break point now. And it is their pick, so they have a lot that they can go with. They have the full DT pool. Hard Rock 2 is still available for them. And they did first pick Mixmod 1, so it's possible that they go with something like Mixmod 2, or even No Mod 4 if they really wanted to.
Yeah, that is very true. Now, something to keep in mind, the Mixmod 2 is very different from the Mixmod 1. But there might still be some confidence. They definitely have players that can play each slot. But it is very different. Gonna be interesting to see what direction they do decide to go.
Yeah, taking a little bit more time potential and taking that timeout. I was about to say it sounds like they might want to take that timeout, give themselves a little more time to bring it back. Maybe want to sit on that hidden 2 victory a little bit longer, get a little bit of that nerves out of the way before they go for this pick that could put them in match point position.
Yeah, I think what you're saying makes a lot of sense here. Just shake out the nerves, take a little bit of time, and really make sure you make the right decision here, because it's very easy to get into the mindset of like, oh, they don't have any points, maybe we can pick something a little bit different, but you need to stay in the right mindset, make sure you pick the maps that you know you're going to do well on.
Indeed. So we'll get an extra 2 minutes for the Chilean side to go with their selection before we get into that. But there's so much available to them. It's hard to think about what Chile would want to pick specifically in this scenario. I mean, Hard Rock's worked super well for them, but we mentioned that Chile has an extremely strong DT team. I think really the only thing that needs to happen is they should probably avoid Hidden 3 and the 2 specific no mods.
Yeah, for sure. They are going to go into DT3, and I am not surprised to see them going into double time.
Yeah, especially this one. I think this one is definitely it's the speediest DT map. It has maybe the most challenging overall patterns, just because of how fast you need to make transitions, and the hypers in this are quite punishing.
Yeah, we see Arisial coming in for this. That is no surprise. Arisial is one of the best double time players in the world. And I'm also expecting, I was about to say Fayman, and probably Stark is who I would expect to be the 3rd player on Chile.
Yeah, Stark. Smoker could also come in, but I think Stark is the one coming in. On the Belgian side, we see Skefe staying in, My Cutie potentially staying in, and I would assume Jesse is the last player for that Belgian squad on DT.
Yeah, I would actually also consider Cake Noob. Cake Noob is a very underrated double time player for her rank, so definitely someone to also consider, but Jesse makes a lot of sense to see as well.
So Jesse was in for the previous pick, so if they swapped out, maybe they're not the ones playing, so Cake Noob could be the selection.
Yeah, they are taking a little bit of time to get that 3rd player in. That could be multiple reasons, though. While we wait for them to decide on their 3rd player, time to plug banners again. Make sure to check out the shop, look at the banners, maybe spice up your profile a little bit.
Absolutely. Buy your banners. You can buy more than one as well. You could buy 32 of them if you really wanted to.
There is one player who's bought 121, so honestly,
that's a lot.
yeah, that is a lot. It takes a long time to scroll through the profile, but make sure you check them out, and don't be scared of buying more than you think you might want.
Indeed, but it looks like in the chat, the Belgian side is looking to try and get Cake Noob in, but they may not be at their. I'm not sure what's going on. Some issues, but just say gonna be the substitute in for Cake Noob if they're not able to get them.
Yeah, and it does make sense to see Jesse come in, like you say. If they can't get Cake Noob in, Jesse makes sense. Yeah, and Elskef is saying we'll have Jesse step in, sorry. So it seems like these are going to be the lineups. Payman, Arisial, and Stark for Chile, Elskefe, My Cutie, and Jesse for Belgium.
Indeed, well, looks like these are going to be the squads, assuming they're not able to get a last-minute a live notification from Cake Noob, but there's empty settings. I assume empty starts coming in, and there we go. We're going to get into DT3, the speedy DT pick of this pool.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are going to be expecting Chile to perform well on this. I'm expecting Chile to perform well on this, but cannot look away from Belgium. These are competent double time players for sure.
For sure. This is also very, very short. 1 minute and 42 seconds, potentially the shortest map in the entire pool. So singular mistakes are going to cause a lot of score difference, and we're already seeing one miss from my cutie right away. But all three Chilean players holding on, just building up to that 200 combo.
Yeah, now that miss was very early, so any miss after it will make a bigger difference.
They did well, and yeah, all 6 players now above 200 combo. No one finding any drops after that early one from my cutie, and no one getting caught off guard by some of these back and forth large hyper chains. But that accuracy from the side of Chile, a triple double S at the moment. Just the only player on the Belgian side holding on to the same accuracy. But they does find a break there. It trades one of the 2 between Elskefe and my cutie, but that is still 2 full combos, and Jesse breaks as well, finding the final break for Belgium. So it's just 2 combos to 0 now, and that lead about 60,000 points in favor of Chile.
Yeah, we're getting into a little... Never mind. No, it is a little bit of a slower section here. Try and regain that combo, regain that composure. But my cutie's gonna miss right before it picks up again.
Indeed, right before Jesse got up to that 200 combo as well, and now Damien now above 200 combo, full points for the side of Chile. That's going to extend the lead. Elskefe finding a break as well, and it's going to have to be a miracle, I think, with just about 10 seconds left in this map if Belgium wants to take this away.
Yeah, and that miss from my cute is probably just going to be the dagger. Probably going to be all said and done on this map specifically.
That's a double S. Arizio and Stark both finding the double S on DT3. Good scores out of Belgium as well. 2 players beating out Famine. Mikey a little behind, but still showing a strong performance, but you can't really do much against 2 double S's.
No, I mean, they are playing this map as well as possible, and yeah, not much to do, and it is a match point for Chile. Belgium need to find something.
Yeah, I mean, on the bright side, it is Belgium's pick. Nomad 3 comes out, a very interesting pick, definitely in range of something that I think they would want to go for. It's not the convert, but it is a little bit of a gimmicky pick. It is low approach rate and has some extremely difficult patterns.
Yeah, AR9 is that awkward AR for a lot of high-ranked players. It is lower than what they're used to playing. As we see Smoker coming back in for Chile and MNMOI coming in for Belgium.
Indeed, I am interested to see how these performances go. There's a few distinct sessions in this. And if I were to put difficulty on them, I think the beginning is a little bit easier than the second half when the sliders get more in your face about how difficult they are.
Yeah, that's a very good way to put it, like very in your face on the difficulty. I like that actually, it was really good. But yeah, you're exactly right. And I'm going to be very interested to see how, because it's the first time we see MNMOI this game, see how they are doing on this map.
Indeed, and here we go. Nomad 3, a potential last map this pool of Chile's able to lock down, but Belgium needs to find something that works for them in this matchup, and if this could be the start of something if they're able to find some gold. Intro not giving anyone too many issues. Everyone at a double S right now, but this intro's Jimenez does find the first break there, followed shortly by Jesse. So that's 2 drops on the side of Belgium to 0 on the side of Chile.
Again, this map is almost 3 minutes in length, so a little bit longer than the other maps that have been picked, but still not gonna want to find those early misses. Jesse misses again.
And Elskefe completing the drops on the side of Belgium. No full combos remaining for them as we have a triple full combo on the side of Chile. Smoker the only one who has dropped any droplets at all. And this is already looking pretty desperate for Belgium. 150,000 points, and it's possible that they were looking at this as a difficult map that you'd expect breaks to come on from Chile, but they are doing an excellent job of holding their composure and keeping those combos intact.
Yeah, their performance on this right now is incredibly impressive as we get into these sliders. And Jess is gonna miss again.
And that's a triple miss from the side of Belgium now. No drops from Chile, and it's already 220,000 points of difference. Stark does break combo, trades one of those back from Belgium, so now it's not a triple full combo, just the 2 remaining from Thamy and Smucker, but there's going to have to be a lot more mistakes than just that one from Stark if Belgium wants to come back in this.
Yeah, we're going to have to see something. I see a complete meltdown from Chile, but Elskefe and Jess are going to find this instead.
We make it into the last quarter, we get that long break. Thamy holding on to exceptional accuracy with that full combo. Smoker right behind them, but Amanez finding a way to get back to that 200 combo as well, and needs their teammates to back them up, but Jesse does find a break as well as Chile holds on to all 3 of those combos.
And looking at Chile's performance here, it's very, very impressive. Especially the Thamy combo there is so insane.
Yeah, that's an insane score from Thamy.
Yeah, really, really good score. That's going to seal the match for Chile.
Indeed, that's 2 full combos, Thamy and Smucker on the side of Chile. And actually 3-1 million scores from the side of Chile. That was a 1 miss from Stark.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that Smoker also FC'd. I was looking too much at Thamen, but very impressive scores from all 3 players there.
Very, and good performance from both teams. Belgium was on the coattails of Chile for a few of those picks. Hard Rock 1, Hitting 2, and even that Mixed Mod pick for a little bit had some good performances from the Belgian side, but just weren't able to translate the performances into points and just ran into a wall that was Chile. That said, Belgium is not eliminated from the tournament. That was a winner's bracket round of 16 matchup. So Belgium will just be moved down into the loser's bracket for the quarterfinals, and Chile will move on to winner's bracket quarterfinals.
Yes, indeed. And it's going to be interesting to see, as Belgium is a very strong team, see how they do in the loser's bracket. And Chile going to want to try and keep a good winner's bracket run going. But here we see the winning team of Lechu, Hikarat, Mauricio, Hooker, Thamen, and Stark. Very well played from these players.
Indeed, very well played. But that is going to do it for this matchup and this day of matches at all. That was the last match of Saturday. The next one going to be tomorrow at 11 UTC. That's going to be Finland versus Australia. And that one's going to be an exciting matchup to start off our Sunday. Do you have anything else before we close off for the day?
Yeah, no, I'm just going to agree that it's going to be a really good matchup. A chance to see if Finland are going to be a true contender. I think this matchup is the one that will give us a lot of that information, so make sure you tune in for that. It's going to be an amazing match.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you come back in about 15 hours at 11 UTC for that match. But in the meantime, we will see you guys later.
Thank you for tuning in.